What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back with the break of the day, guys. And today we have the IWI Caramel. Now, we reviewed this already on the channel back in March, but since then we've been putting more and more rounds through it. And I wanted to do a follow-up 1,000 round plus review on the IWI Caramel, which I have grown to love this gun a lot. I liked it from the moment I saw it. I've liked it and I loved it. But after actually shooting it and having her, stick around for a little bit and being a part of the family, I've grown to love her even more. Now, the IWI Caramel was originally designed by IWI back in 2019. It was 2023 that it was then shown at SHOT Show in a different variant. The variant you see here, the civilian variant, which changed out some things. One being particularly the handguard was swapped over from what seemed to be a Picatinny that was covered up in slots, kind of like what you see with the Galil up there. You know, the Galil that has the little slots you slide off, and then there's Picatinny. That's what it seemed to have been. It was more so just a grip over on the handguard with no M-LOK slots whatsoever, but now replaced for what you see is a M-LOK slot. And I wonder down the road if that is something that they could easily just give that option of doing different handguards or something of that matter. That part I just don't know. But also it seemed as if the variant or the model that was shown for the military or for the defense was a shorter barrel. It just seemed at least shorter from the overall pictures, whereas this one, of course, is the 16-inch barrel to make it a rifle. But everything else, from the most part, seems to check out and look the same from what was shown back in 2019 when it first was designed and released to now when it became in the civilian market in 2023. Since then, I've shot it. For the most part, I've had a great time. In the very beginning, I was using cheap ammo and it was not liking it. I changed the ammo, had no issues, and then I was able to use the cheap ammo again and it started working. So I don't even want to say it was a break-in period because it was probably like a mag that it just took to kind of get things up and running. So overall, I've had a really good time with it. There was a recall that had happened shortly after. I think they got all that fixed now. I forgot what it was. If it was like a safety feature or something, but they did a recall. They got that fixed for the most part. And this bad boy has just been running ever since. Now, the IWI Caramel is a short gas piston gun. So with that being said, you can shoot her while folded. There's no buffer tube. It is not of the AR-15 platform, but more so in line of what you see with like the SCAR or the CZ Bren. But in my opinion, what I like about this compared to those is that you get a lot of those same characteristics, the same functions, the same overall appeal, look, sexiness of those short stroke piston guns, but the price point is phenomenally different than that of a SCAR or a CZ Bren. I think that the SCAR from Morp is a double that, and the CZ Bren's probably sitting a little bit above. It's close, but a little bit above depending on the variant that you choose. But at the same time, this one is in its full rifle capability. There is no option of a pistol version with a shorter barrel or a stock, at least not right now. But I do know that when it was designed, it did come out in various different barrels. In particular, I'm looking right here, 10.5, 12, 14.5, and 16 is what was available for its original design back in 2019. Now, some of the specs on this bad boy as well. Completely ambidextrous, so you do have completely ambidextrous on the safety, the bolt release, the mag release on both ends, but also the most easiest thing about it, in my opinion, is the switcherooski of the charging handle. You literally just put it in the slot and then slop it over. You can just go easy. There's no issue whatsoever. So something that I like a lot as well. Bolt release right there as well. Completely ambidextrous all the way around. You also have a stock that is pretty much fully customizable for the length of pull, but as well as your riser or a comb, you can sit up however you like to get that perfect overall cheek weld on the gun. They swapped out, of course, the handguard to the M-LOK, which I like. I mean, you got a lot of M-LOK right here. You got M-LOK on up here and M-LOK on the bottom. My main, caveat, my main issues with the IWI Caramel is I like the handguard, but the ergonomics are slightly different than what I'm used to. This gun, as you can see, and if you can look, I mean, it's a very rectangular gun. It's not something that I'm used to. With the AR platform, we're so used to more so of a circular or oval, the way we hold and cup it. This one, if you can see, like this is pretty long of a, the way this gun is it's a rectangle. You're grabbing onto a rectangular block. So it's just slightly different of a grip than you're used to. And as you can see, like, look at my hands, you see my thumb, you see the amount of gappage between the two. So the grip itself is, I'm not gonna say it's meant for bigger hands, but it helps to have bigger hands with this gun. So like, for instance, though, we have like the LWRC, like, you know, I kind of got stuff all in the way, but if you can see, like, I can pretty much grab this and wrap and touch the rest of my hands when wrapping it around it. Even with this AK, like the AK, it kind of falls a little bit in line, but that's what it is. And this is kind of painful with that Picatinny, you know, over time it will be. But I guess it falls in line a little bit more with the kind of AK style handguard. But like shooting it, after a while, you get used to it. It doesn't become a real issue on that whatsoever. The biggest issue I would say, which is not an issue because it's what you get out of those short stroke type of guns, is that it's a short stroke piston gun. So what does that mean? There's no buffer. So what does that also mean? All the mechanics are going on in the front part of the gun, really, like the piston and all that. So it is slightly, look, one hand, it wants to go down. It's front heavy. So it has a lot of weight in the front, along with that being a short stroke piston, but also the handguard itself is built out of that metal. So all the weight is all on the front part of the gun. Reminds me a lot of what I experienced with the SIG Spear. It is extremely front heavy as well. The stock is of polymer. The receiver part of it is a polymer. So there's a lot of polymer going on here with no weight, where everything else is, you know, moving forward right here at least. This part is polymer as well right here. But right here, as well as on the M-LOK, you got all that metal alongside with the 16-inch barrel. So it's something to keep in mind. The piston system has an adjustable gas block. You can shoot it suppressed or regular. When you're shooting it suppressed with a suppressor, it shoots extremely, extremely soft. It was a tapper, the tack driver. We ran it with the Silencer Co. Saker with the ASR mount, and she ran phenomenally, no issues. It was ready to go, and she was ready to go. The first time shooting the gun, I had a couple of issues with the ammo I was using, but once I broke it in, which was like a mag or two, it didn't have issues with the ammo whatsoever. When shooting it suppressed and running it the second few times around, I did not have a failure at all to failure to feed, failure to fire, none of that. So I really have been enjoying it. We're running it with the M22. It matches perfectly well with Met Pro Light and IWI. You can't get any better with that type of combo. And she's been extremely, extremely fun to shoot. I want to read some of these specs off for you guys and girls out there though. Hard anodized monolithic aluminum, MIL STD 1913 rail. So that is what we got, monolithic aluminum right there. M-LOK accessories on the 3, 6, and 9 position. Keep that in mind. Semi-auto 2 piston gas regulator, rotating locking bolt. You got the mag pull with the window, so the Gen 3. You got free floating chrome line cold forged barrel, 16-inch. Overall length is 26 3/4 with the stock folded, 33 3/4 with the stock collapsed, and 37 1/4 with it fully extended. So got a lot of adjustment there depending on however you want to run it. I like her. I think I have her currently at the one, like the lowest possible. The overall weight is 8 pounds 2 ounces without the magazine, and the rifling is 1 in 7 twist with 6, I don't know what this means, guys, 6 RH grooves, 5.56. So overall, very, very, very fun and great gun. Like if you're somebody that's into the, you know, the short stroke gas systems, whether it's the Spear LT, the Scar, the CZ brand, or the IWI, you know, they're all fun to run. They have their advantages, they have their disadvantages. I feel like though, when it comes to someone that may be more in love with that CZ brand or that Scar type of look, overall, I just feel like the IWI should also be something that you should probably take a look at as well. I really don't have an issue with it. It looks good, it shoots good, it's capable, in my opinion, as well, of being good. So I don't really have an issue with it. The only issue was the recalls and slight things of, you know, the overall weight. I feel like even the weight itself is not the issue, it's just the balance of the weight. But you're gonna deal with that when it runs, you know, when you run into short stroke piston guns, because all that buffering and all the springs and stuff are gonna be like right here instead of overall spread it out with a buffer system and all that. So it's kind of like the, you know, giveaways, takeaways, all the above. But with that being said, I had a lot of fun shooting this. I'm a big fan of, you know, IWI, the Galil. I'm waiting on the micro pistol, the micro Uzis to come back. I'm waiting, bruh. Like, I had the opportunity to get one IWI and they're gone. I need y'all to get them back, bruh. Please, with the brace too, if you can. But I just need one of those so bad, bruh. I'm waiting on those, bruh. Micro pistol, the micro Uzi pistols. Ooh. But if you want to see some more, you know, stuff from IWI, whether it's some Galils, which I definitely want to do an update on my Galil as well, but if you want to see some Galils on the Masada, the AR-15s, which I think is the Ion or the Zion, I believe. If you want to see some more stuff, let me know down below, or even a suggestion, you know, Tony, check out this. I definitely want to do the Tavor. I think I want to do the goddamn, I'm stuttering over here. I think I want to do the Tavor next. So stay tuned. Let me know what you want to see. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all as always, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.